Before you start releasing music, before you start your music career, there are things you need to know, mistakes that you need to avoid, and you'll be able to do just that by watching this video. So first thing you need to know is, yo Wagwan, hope you're having a great day. In this video, I'm going to be sharing how you can start your music career in 3 simple steps. So make sure you stay through to the end of this video because you're going to learn a lot and this is going to help you get off to a great start. If you don't know who I am, I'm Cartere from jcartere.com, teaching you how to be better at music, online business, and online marketing. This is the #1 spot for musicians and creators that don't want to be starving artists. So if that sounds like you, click on that subscribe button, check out the rest of the content on the channel because you will love it here, guaranteed. Now, my question of the day is, what do you think is the most important thing that you need to be successful in your music career? Let me know in the comment section down below. This can be a skill, it can be a tool, it can be a resource. Let me know down below. I recently sent out an email to my email list, basically asking people if they got anything that they want me to make a video on or any questions for our Q&A videos. And I did get this video by a question asked by Emmanuel Perkins. He says you should do a video idea of how to start your music career and 3 steps to start it, like the equipment you need, how to put it out there, how to get heard, and more. So here we are, we're making this video. There's the 3 steps you need to start your music career. I thought that was a great idea. This is something I can definitely do. I do feel like I've covered these aspects in other videos, but maybe not as cohesively and as straightforwardly as to say, okay, these are 3 steps that you need to go into. But there will be videos that will go into more depth about some of these different steps, so keep that in mind and you can check out the rest of the content on my channel for that. The first step is all about creating the music, okay? So the first thing you need to do, in my opinion, is create a home studio. This is important whether you're going to be recording your own vocals and making your own music and mixing and mastering and doing all that sort of stuff yourself, or if you're going to be sending it to other places, getting it mixed and mastered from someone else, or even recording your full song at a different studio. Why do you need a home studio? Let me explain that for you. There's 2 reasons why. One is for vertical integration, so you don't have to worry about relying on anyone else, and that is what I do. In terms of, I mix, I master, I produce, I make all my music from the ground up by myself. I don't have to deal with anyone else, okay? This basically saves you a lot of time and it enables you to put out a lot of music consistently. This is very, very, very important. A lot of people don't do this. That's why they have musician in their bios, but they release 1 song every 3 years. You don't want to be that, yeah? You want to be able to release music consistently. Having your own home studio will help that. Second aspect is, if you don't want to learn all the nitty-gritty that you need to learn in order to mix and master and record yourself, which is important and you will need to learn that in order to get good results at your home studio, what you can use your home studio for is to create draft versions of your songs or skeleton versions of your songs, so that you basically record your song, you have the draft there, you know how you want it to sound, and then when you actually go to the studio that you're going to go and record at, it's a whole lot easier for you to get exactly what you want done, because you're not now doing trial and error, you're not figuring it out. You've already got exactly what you want to create. You just go to the studio and then just lay it down. So it will save you time in, you know, studio time, in how much that's going to cost, and also just save you time in that performance time and help you create the best version of your song. So 2 great reasons, whether you're going to use your home studio by yourself and not deal with anyone else like me, or whether you want to use someone else's facilities or someone else's skills, you need a home studio. Do not skimp on this, yeah? And I've got videos that will teach you everything you need in a home studio. Just type in home studio J Cartere, you'll find 3 videos, I believe. Obviously you check out the latest one, that'll probably give you the most. The other ones might be worth checking out. I don't remember what the difference is off the top of my head, but check out that video. That's going to give you a lot of insight into how much it's going to cost, what you need, what you don't need, yeah? Now, the bare minimum things you need, I'm gonna quickly go over them. You need a mic like this, Rode NT1A, a mic stand like this, or a standing up mic stand. You can get it for £10 on Amazon. You need a pop shield, this. You need an audio interface. You can't see it, but I've got a PreSonus 20 Studio 24C. All the links to the equipment that I use will be in the description down below, so you can just go and click on that. There'll be a line that says the tools that I use. just click on that and you'll see a whole page with all the tools that I use. But I'm telling you just the basic minimum, yeah? In order to have a studio up and running, there's 2 more things. You need headphones. I use some Audio Technicas. And the last thing you need is a DAW. Now, I personally use Studio One. I prefer Studio One. However, you can use whatever you've got available to you, okay? So that's that. But obviously, there are a few things that you need to learn in order to have your own studio. There's 3 major things that you need to learn, 3 major skills that you need to actually gain over time if you want to put your home studio to good use. Now, this is generally what I would see as the big separating factor that will stop people from creating their own home studio, because if you don't have these skills, your home studio is basically gonna sound really, really crap, and it can be very, very disheartening. Okay, so what are those skills? So you need to spend a long time learning how to record your vocals. And this isn't too hard. Like, you just need to find out the distance. You need to be away from recording your vocals. You need to figure out the input gain, that sort of stuff. You can find a few videos and learn that pretty much overnight. Within a week of trial and error, you'll have that pretty much down. Next thing you need to know is how to mix your songs and beats. This will take a little bit more time, but once you got the basics down of EQing, compression, dynamics, that sort of stuff, Bob's your uncle. It's not that hard. In intense studying, you can probably get your head around this in 2 weeks. To master it's going to take longer than that, because you need to basically mix a bunch of songs and a bunch of beats before you get to the point where you're like, I like how this is sounding, this is how I want it to sound, that sort of stuff, and so on. The third thing you need to understand and learn is how to master your songs. Now, this can be learned in 2 weeks of intense learning, but in order to master it, in order to actually learn to apply it in the real world, you'll need to consistently use trial and error and make a bunch of songs. Okay, so I would say make at least 10 songs, mix and master at least 10 songs, record, mix and master at least 10 songs. At that point, you should kind of get your bearings if you have done your research well. Now, I will think about making courses on these specific things, so I think it's just so necessary for people to understand this, and I feel like having all that information in one place is going to be very, very helpful to you. Let me know if that'll be something you're interested in the comment section down below. Okay, however, of course, you can always just pay someone else to do the mixing and mastering for you, and I do have a service that I offer. Link down below. Go to jcartere.com/online mixing. Okay, so second step. So you've got everything you need to actually set up making the music. You got your home studio. You can now create music. You've got a song. What are you going to do next? The next thing you need to do is you need to have a place where people can listen to your music. And the place where you want your music to be is on all the streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal. All the streaming platforms that people may be using are streaming platforms that you want your music to be available on. So how do you do this? Use DistroKid. Go to jcartere.com/DistroKid. You can get 7% off your first year if you click that link in the description, or go to the link that I just told you about. And DistroKid basically allows you to upload your music to all the streaming platforms, all the digital stores, and what have you. So that's already sorted. Now, I do have a video that goes in depth on how to use DistroKid. I'll link that down below, or just go to my YouTube channel. Go to the search option and go to how to upload your music to Spotify, or if you're on YouTube, how to upload your music to Spotify, add jcartere to the end of it. You'll find my 2 videos. One will show you how to use DistroKid. One will show you a free method. However, these days, I just be using DistroKid, to be honest. Now, the free method is cool as well, but you need to apply and you need to be approved. It's much easier to just go down the DistroKid road if you can. However, if you got no money, I get it. You might want to go down the free version. However, DistroKid is so affordable, and it's like £10 a year or something to upload as many songs as you want. So there's really no excuses when it comes to finances. Okay, so that's step number 2. If you got your music in the streaming platforms where people can actually listen to your music, you're able to actually get your music in people's hands, and people can actually find you, people can listen to your stuff. Super, super important. Step number 3, promoting your music. Now, just because it's available out there and people can find it doesn't mean they will find it. Doesn't mean anyone's going to listen to it. Doesn't mean anyone's going to know that it exists. Third step is to actually start building your online profile, start building your fan base, start getting people to know that your music exists. So how do you do this? You do this by using content creation, content marketing, okay? Now, what most people will do is they'll just upload their song on YouTube, or they'll have it on Spotify and just be spamming people their link using YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Discord, whatever, just spamming people the link. Be like, hey, listen to my song. Hey, have you heard my new song? That sort of stuff. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be that sort of person. You don't want to waste the time doing that. It's super inefficient and it's just not a great marketing strategy. You're going to put off a lot of people and you're going to lose a lot of people that just will never listen to your music because you've done that. And it's not a good long-term way to promote your stuff, okay? What you want to do instead is create content around music making, music creation. So let's say you've created a song. Let's say your song is called Bubbling in Versace. Yeah, that's your song, Bubbling in Versace. I just made that off on the top of my head. Probably not the best title, but it sounds kind of vibesy, you know. So your song's called Bubbling in Versace. Now, what you can do is you can create, let's say, about 5 videos around this song, teaching people how to produce your song, how you produced it, how you came up with the melodies, how you came up with the drum beat, how you came up with everything that goes into making that beat if you make beats, yeah? Then you can talk about the songwriting, how to write the song, how you wrote the song, how you came up with it, how songwriting tips that you'd give to other people on how they can write their song, yeah? And just walk through your process. Then you can talk about how you recorded the song, the different ways that you punched it in, the different lines that you went line by line. Did you record the whole verse at once? Did you record, you know, one bar and then think about the next bar and then think about the next bar? How did you do that? Let people know. Where were you in relation to the mic? How close was you in relation to the mic? What was your input gain? These are things people will be interested in. Even if they don't make music, yeah, people are interested in the fact that music is like magic to them because they don't have a clue how it's made, okay? So show them how it's made. People are super interested in this. And you can go into how you got your song mixed, or how you mixed it, how you mastered it, this sort of stuff, how you edited all the vocal lines and cleaned it up and that sort of stuff, how you auto-tuned your vocals and whatnot. Like, there's so many different aspects that you can go into on your song creation process. But what you want to do is you want to just go along that roadmap of how you got to this finished song, work backwards and show people every step along the way. You can turn that into content. You can turn that into videos. You can turn that into Instagram posts. You can turn that into Twitter posts. I highly suggest you turn it into videos because YouTube operates on search engine optimization and it's a long-term platform. If you upload a video today on how to write a song, you'll still be getting people watching that 3 years from now. And if you use YouTube SEO, which stands for YouTube search engine optimization, which will help you rank highly on YouTube when people search for how to write a trap song or whatever, then it's going to be easier for you to get those views over time. Go watch my video on YouTube SEO. It's on the YouTube channel. Just type in YouTube SEO J Cartere. And the thing is, the reason why you want to do this is because when you create tutorials using SEO, you're creating a piece of content that is an asset to you that will continue to bring in eyeballs over the years, okay? So with this asset, you can promote something that you want people to pay attention to. Now, you want to promote your music, right? So when you're talking about how to write a song, use your song as an example. When you're talking about how to produce this song, use your song as an example. Now, in the title, you can say how to produce a trap song, but in the video, you're showing them how to produce Bubbling in Versace, okay? So you use that in every video and you're like, yeah, this is Bubbling in Versace, this is how I got there, and you link it in the description and tell people to go and listen to it if they want to hear the full thing, okay? So that's how you promote your song subtly with content marketing. And make sure you frame them as tutorials, like how I record my song at home or how to write a trap song, that sort of stuff. Don't just be like Bubbling in Versace lesson 3 or how I made Bubbling in Versace, because no one cares. No one cares about you. No one cares about Bubbling in Versace because that's not marketed enough. People don't know of that as a thing. They don't know of you as a thing yet. So you need to basically tap into what people already understand and know. They understand that trap songs exist. They understand people write trap songs. So if you write how to write a trap song, they're more likely to check that out than how I wrote Bubbling in Versace, if you get what I'm saying. Now, I suggest using a tool like Camtasia. That's what I use to record all my screen recording videos. Right about now, I'm obviously not screen recording. I am recording using my camera, but I will import this into Camtasia because I just use that for everything, to be honest. So link down below, go to jcartere.com/Camtasia to go and grab that. And yeah, those are the 3 steps you need to start your music career. You need to set up your own home studio so you've got the power to record all your music and you can get that done. You don't have to rely on anyone, or you can create great drafts and skeletons of your tracks so that you're not spending a lot of money in the studio. You need to have a digital distributor that you can upload your music to and get that on all the digital platforms, because if you're not on Spotify and all the digital platforms, you are like 20 years behind. Like, you're in the 2000s just fucking acting like a fool right about now, because that's how people listen to music. Stop uploading your music to SoundCloud and thinking people are going to care. Stop uploading your music to YouTube and thinking people are going to care. When people are in their environment of listening to music on their preferred streaming platform and you want them to listen to your music, it's a lot to ask them to come off their streaming platform and to come and listen to your thing on SoundCloud or YouTube or whatever. Like, that's just not smart. Don't do that. Be where your potential listener, potential fan is, okay? And they're on the stream platforms, they're on the digital platforms, so be there as well. 3rd step, use content marketing, make videos, use YouTube, learn how to create content and then promote your music in the description of that content. Very, very straightforward. You could pretty much use this theory for any business that you have in order to make money online if you really want to, but that's how it's done now. I've got a bunch of videos that will go in more depth into how to do these things. I've already mentioned a bunch of them in this video, so definitely go and check those out. One more thing that I want to give you that's going to basically help you save a lot of time is, if you want your vocals to be Spotify ready before you even get to the mixing stage. Let's say you just set up your home studio and you're not very good at mixing, but you don't want to spend the months that it's going to take doing the trial and error to learn how to mix. You don't want to spend a bunch of money sending it to someone else and getting it mixed and mastered, but you want to have your vocals Spotify ready before you even get to the mixing stage. You want everything to sound pretty good so that you only need to do a little bit of tweaking to get there. I've got good news for you. That's what you get in my Spotify ready vocal mixing template. Link down below, go to jcartere.com/vocal templates. That template also comes with a PDF that walks you through all these settings that I use in my vocal template. So if you don't use the same VSTs or plugins that I use, you can still use that PDF and it will show you everything you need to know. Okay. Now, I also want to give you access to 5 of my best beats for absolutely free. Link down below, go to jcartere.com/free beats. That'll help you out on your journey in terms of giving you some beats to start out with so that you can actually start getting your songs on these digital platforms and start making money from your music. Because if you don't have the license to use the beats that you're using, you can't upload it to digital platforms and stuff like that, and you're not able to make money from your music. So keep that in mind. Link down below for all the great free stuff that I've just told you about, and as well as all the stuff that I mentioned in this video. Now, if you've got any questions or any other tutorials you want me to make, please let me know in the comment section down below. In the next video, you'll learn more about music, online business, and online marketing. I'll see you there. Peace out.